Right, so today is going to be a monthly review. I'm going to first start by reviewing my November goals and see how I did with those. Then I'm going to move forward and look to December. I don't really have any big trades planned for tomorrow. It's just no setups that really catch my eyes, and that's okay. So the first thing I wanted to do in November was scale intelligently into setups that I recognize as high odds the night before. And so see if I did that. I'm going to look at this month and last month. And this month, my three biggest trades, I put actually this one, I believe this is one trade. It's just in two accounts. So it would be 5,000 and about 7,000 respectively. And I put about 50 grand into both of them. So I would say I did scale into these. And if I look into last month, my biggest trade was this, and I only had about 10 grand into it. And then the next one, about 12 grand into it. So I really feel like I did do that. I scaled in intelligently into the trades that I recognized as high odds setups, which were Proj and OCGN. So I'm happy with that. Next on the list was stay out of chat rooms when high odds setups are present, and that was on Proj and OCGN. I believe I didn't open the chat room at all on the OCGN. Proj, I think I was in and out a few times, but for the most part I was out of it, and I just stay focused on my own trade plan. So it wasn't perfect, but I feel that sometimes the chat room can shake my confidence in my own idea, and I managed to keep to my plan, and I'm happy with that. So it wasn't perfect, but I did address it. Maintain a max loss limit of 1% and 5,000 trade size. This I broke, unfortunately. I had one terrible trade this month, which was the beginning of the month on BKKT. You can see here I put way more money into it than I should have. It was a thin stock. It got away from me. Let's see if I got a picture of it. And I just didn't wait for the trade to come to me. I just went after it too much, and I paid the price. So that's disappointing. I'm not sure if this is actually the day, but so I missed that one. I did it once, and then I had another rough trade on PPSI, which was another thin stock. So both of my big struggles were on thin stocks this month. Both of these trades I did get in pre-market. So this is going to be a goal for this month, and I'll just show that. I'm going to avoid pre-market trading on thin stocks. Even if it's a bounce short, which is a high odds setup for me, I want to avoid the pre-market trade and maintain small size on these. These aren't high odds setups for me because I'm struggling with them, even though they always do what I want. I get upside down on them. So I'll try to avoid, this will be a goal to stay away from these or be very cautious on them. Other than that, I pretty much respected this. If we look at my losses, which will start, actually this is technically a gain, even though it's negative. We look at all of these. So 2,000, 2,000, 1,400, 1,500 on this plug. Is an $87 loss, so I'm not going to get concerned about that. And all these losses are very small size, except for MRAM. It looks like I put a lot into this. I'd be curious to go back and review that one. But I'm happy with this. My losses are very small and very controlled. So overall, while I'm not perfect, I am doing a good job. And when I get taken out, verbalize what's happening. And I did do that. I was verbalizing my trade on PPSI. I was actually verbalizing my trade on Proj when I was getting nervous. I think it helps me stay centered and try to stick to my plan. And I'm going to continue doing that. So continue to verbalize trades, especially when trade goes off plan. This is to prevent myself from having another CEI or BKKT kind of trade. Continue to stay out of the chat room when it's not a super high odds setup for me, because when it is, it's better I just stick to my own plan and ideas and not be distracted by others. And then here's the big one for this month is to have a higher average winning position than average losing position. And what I mean by that is this month, my average winning position was $10,000 roughly, and my average losing position was $1,600, which is actually not that bad compared to the prior months. Actually, last month was better by a bit. Here I had 10,000. There, my average losing is 12,000. But the months before that were awful. So way more money in losing positions, 4 times more money in losing positions, and even more than that. So, November was okay. This isn't terrible. And actually, this is just one trade. This is just BKKT. If I take out BKKT, which I'm not allowed to do, but if I do take this out, then I actually have more money. It would be 10 and 8,000 in my losing positions. Of course, I can't do that, but that will be a goal for the upcoming month. I think I did great. I just have to avoid those BKKT or PPSI thin stocks that I kind of get backwards on. There's a lot of trades this month where I could have put more size. Where they worked really well. I just didn't have size, and that's kind of been my goal the last 2 months is to stay small, stay controlled, and trade unemotionally, which I've done. But I know there's a lot of trades, namely, I think Proj many times. I could have just made way more on it if I just had more size. Like one of these days, the November the 18th, maybe. It's probably just better to look at the chart because I just recognized that as something that I felt confident it was going to do what I wanted it to do. And yeah, it pretty much did. So after this last green day, it's just been straight down. So that was after the 18th, but I traded on this day, the 23rd. Actually, maybe let's just check. 22nd. That's Proj on 22nd. 18th. Okay, apparently I didn't trade it on that day, but these are the kind of plays that I know I can just make more on. I feel comfortable on them. I know the setup. So I believe that's it. Avoid pre-market trading with thin stocks. Yeah, those are my goals. That's what I want to do. Stick to my plan. Be patient. Wait for the setups to come to me. It worked very well the last 2 months. It's been a nice recovery, and I'd like to just maintain this low stress, consistent trades. And my win rate is pretty good overall for NASDAQ, 71%. Overall, 80% on shorts. Longs I'm never great on. Actually, my third biggest trade was Tilray. The speculative longs I took. It's about $500 losses is one trade in 2 accounts. And I'll just try to stick to what I'm doing well. And this AI trade was a swing trade that never really worked out. So these 3 were kind of speculative trades. And look forward to seeing what happens in December.